All right, and the next step in this project is we actually are gonna get 3/8 inch dowel. So this is 3/8 inch because that is the same size the holes we've drilled in our legs as well as our side pieces. So it's all gonna fit together once we're assembled. But we've got 3/8 inch dowel and we are going to measure it to 333 millimeters long. Our end pieces are 334, so they should be about the same size. I'm just gonna go 1 millimeter less because I think that's gonna help in the assembly to make sure that they don't butt up against our dowel. So to measure it, I've got a tape measure here. And I'm going to measure to 333 millimeters. And worst case, if it's not fitting up right, we can sand a little bit off the end. But I think this should work well. So I've got 333. I'm gonna draw a line across there, like so. And my next stop is gonna be at the bandsaw, and I'm gonna need a V-block to help me cut this stock because it's cylindrical. All right, and we're here at the bandsaw. Things we have with us are we have our 3/8 inch dowel with our mark at 333 millimeters. We've got a nice long V-block, which is gonna help support the dowel as it does stick out quite far. And we also have a miter gauge, which is gonna slip in this slot here. And this is gonna help us keep it nice and square to the bandsaw blade to make sure we have the nicest cut possible. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna find your mark, you're gonna line that up with the bandsaw blade. Then you are going to hold downward pressure on the dowel with your fingers, turn the saw on, wear your eye protection, and just run it across. After we do that, we're gonna use the piece of dowel that we just cut to make another mark and cut the same length. So we're gonna use this as a ruler, make our mark, and do it one more time. And I'll show you how that looks now. There we are. Now I'm just gonna make my mark on my second piece. And do that one more time. Now we've got our two dowels cut that are the same length, and these are going to be in our leg assembly that are going to act as the hinge mechanism. All right, and after trimming the dowel, it's a good idea to get a sandpaper board like this, and you can use a bench dog to fasten it to the bench. And a lot of the times it's going to be a little too tight to fit a 3/8 inch dowel into the 3/8 inch hole. So if that's the case for your dowel, all dowel is a little bit different, so it just depends on the species of wood it was made out of. So mine are a little bit tight. So one, I'm gonna do a little bit of a round over. So if you put it on an angle and you're constantly rotating the dowel, you can put a little bit of a bevel on the ends. And also, so that mine will fit in, I want it to be snug, but I need to still be able to get it in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take a little bit of material off. And how I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna, again, constantly be rotating it, but I'm just gonna sand about probably 2 to 2.5 inches on the end. I just wanna remove a little bit of material, and again, similar to the chisel work, constantly be checking it into your 3/8 inch hole. And once you can get it in there, it's still snug to get in, but once you can ably get it in, Then you're gonna stop and move on to the other side of the dowel. So I'm going to just sand a little bit of material until it fits in the hole. So that fits in. It's a little difficult, so I'm gonna do a tiny bit more. And just remember to constantly be moving the dowel in a circular motion, as we don't want one flat side. There we go. I can fit it in. It's still nice and snug, so it takes some effort, which is exactly what I want. So now I'm going to do the other side of my dowel, and then the next step will probably be the glue up. And that's our goal after we sand the dowel, so that it can fit in our leg assembly. It should all hold together nice and tight. And here we are. We've got two leg assemblies that are all assembled. The next steps before glue up is we can do any final sanding. So these pieces are going to be easier to sand when they're all apart. So you're going to do a final sand, and then it will be the glue up.